Oh, boy. Cookie. Oh, my God. Garrett Outdoors. We're getting ready to go fishing. He's getting the rods in the boat ready. And he has his trusty camera woman. Smile for the camera, babe. Say Garrett Outdoors. Get a shot of these new seats, freshly installed. Got our G-cup. He scared me with these, with them boogly things. Guys, don't do that. See what he did, guys? See what he just did? He full of jokes. Full of jokes. Tried to scare me with that. And he's laughing.
Better than me. All right, folks, welcome back to another edition of Garrett Outdoors. It's fishing season. I'm getting a late start this year, but for a good reason. I've been spending time working on a few upgrades on my boat, and I still have a few more things that I'd like to do, but I'm ready to hit the water and get this fishing season started. I actually went out last weekend for a test run, caught a few nice bass, put a few pictures of those in the beginning of this video. But the main purpose for me was just to get the boat back out on the water. It's been almost a year, and I'm just itching to get back out there and have some fun. Stay tuned. If you like my videos, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for me. One of my upgrades was a Stingray hydrofoil that definitely helped out on my launches, which you're about to see here in just a second. Notice that when I got on the throttle, front end did not raise up but just a little bit, so it definitely increases the performance of my boat, gets me on the plane real quick, and I'm enjoying it. Definitely a huge upgrade to what I've had before, and so I'm just looking forward to getting back out here and stretching my legs out. So here I am sitting up front throwing a whopper plopper. Had some pretty good success with it last week, but right now you really can't tell that well, but this wind is really blowing pretty hard. Um, so I'm working my way down this bank now, just making some easy casts with the whopper plopper, trying to see if something will hit. We actually got a kind of a late start this morning, so again, I'm just trying to shake the dust off, working on my distance control, my accuracy, things of that nature, and just seeing if something will bite. So the way the wind was blowing, I wasn't having too much success with the whopper popper. So I decided to switch things up and put on a chatterbait. I changed locations also. I had to get out of that wind and went into a cove, started working my way back into a creek channel, throwing a chatterbait, and that's when the action really picked up. So here I am with this chatterbait, and I get absolutely hammered. And I can tell this is a big fish. Of course, I'm bass fishing, but I've caught some catfish on, especially on this chatterbait before. And so I'm questioning what I have, but I know it's putting up a fight. And got to bear with me. I've got a little J. Cole playing in the background, and just trying to enjoy the day. If you look at the trees, you can see how hard that wind is blowing. And if you look at that rod, you can see how hard that fish is fighting. But I'm working with it. I'll see what I can come up with. So typically this would be the time where I would reach for my net, and as I'm looking around, I realize I left the net at home. And fish of this size, I really need something, some help to get him in the boat. And so now I got to try to be creative and see, can I land this?
Good geese. Oh my God.
So I grab a pair of pliers, and after trying to grab them by the lip, I noticed the needle nose weren't working, and so now I'm gonna try to grab them with my hand, and that wasn't working either. I finally got them by the dorsal fin and pulled them into the boat. So this is a nice sized fish. So here he is. He's not the biggest fish, but he'll eat. And so after battling that wind and getting a decent catch for the day, I think we'll call it a day and head on in to the house.
Alright, some of the things that you're going to need. I like to wear gloves when I'm doing things like this. So things can get a little messy sometimes, but I have some water here that I'm going to put the fillets in. You're going to need a razor blade, a sharp knife, That's for the skin. Also for the skin, you need a good pair of pliers. And for filleting, you need a fillet knife. Now the knife that I use is Silver Stag. It's the Deer Meat for Dinner edition of their fillet knife. It's got a real bone handle, actually an elk antler handle. I think it's a 7 or 8 inch fillet blade, and it's very sharp. So those are the things that you're going to need. And you also are going to need your fish. So this is a catfish that I caught today. I'm going to get him up here and get him ready. So first things first. First, what you want to start with is the sharp blade. Purpose of the blade is to cut the skin. So what you want to do, what you're trying to get is you want to get the fillets, and there are 2 nice sized fillets that run down both sides of the spine. The larger the catfish, the more meat there is that are on it. But you start with the razor blade because you're going to need that to cut the skin. What I like to do is start right here in front of that dorsal fin on the back and cut that skin right straight down the middle. Then what you're going to do once you get the skin cut is take those pliers and pull it off. So I want to get them cut all the way down. Now I want to come right behind the head. You see his belly. The larger catfish, there's some meat under the bottom of the belly that you can get, but catfish this size, you want to run right down here, and most fillets are the same way. Start behind the head, run right down towards the vent, and then all the way out to the tail. Now if your knife is sharp enough, you can do this another way. You can do it like a traditional fillet and cut the fillet first and then go back and fillet the meat off of the skin, but this tends to work a little better just because of the toughness of the skin. I'm going to grab my pliers. Get a good strong grip. As they say, the hard part. Now I'm going to go ahead and start and get this fillet, and that meat goes from here, and again, like I said, it runs all the way down the side of that spine. So I'm going to go around this this dorsal fin, and when you stick your knife in and you're running down the edge, you want to run right beside the backbone. The tip of your knife, you'll feel the tip of your knife blade hitting the rib cage. So you just want to run that down, and that's pretty standard for any fillet that you're doing. Come down the edge of the spine, feeling that rib cage all the way down. There's a certain point once you're coming down, once you get past the ribs, And on a smaller fish or one that's laying on the side, you can actually press the knife through to the other side. And then go all the way down the backbone. And that gets that fillet off. Now you want to turn and come back up. If you've never done it before, just take your time. Work it down till you feel the rib cage, and now you want to take your knife and go right around the edge of the rib cage. So that's where I am now. And that is one good fillet of catfish. Now, when we come back, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this other side, and then I'll see you in the kitchen.
So here I am with our fillets, and I'm cutting them up into nice little chunks that we like to call them catfish nuggets. So I'm using my silver stag chef's knife, cutting those up into chunks, and then you'll see me go back and cut the bloodline out. So I think it's pretty important to get that bloodline out, so that all you have left is the good, nice tasting catfish. And once you're finished, then you'll have a nice plate of catfish nuggets. And this is my knife that I was using. It's a Deer Meat for Dinner edition of Silver Stag chef's knife. So my grease is hot, and we wanted to start off with just doing a few hush puppies. We bought the mix. It's a nice, easy process. Just drop it in the grease and let them brown. They'll start floating to the top, and you don't want to overcook them. You want to just let them get nice and brown and get them on out the grease. This is some real good side dish addition to our catfish nuggets. Now it's time to get the beer batter started. So right here I'm shaking out a little bit of the batter, and I'm adding the beer to it. You can use any kind of beer. I'm not a beer drinker, so I don't know if the taste matters, but taking a whisk and I'm mixing it up. I think I mixed this one a little too thick. You probably want to add a little bit more beer so that it's a little thinner than a pancake mix. And then you're gonna drop your fish in. Well, first you want to season your fish. Don't forget the Old Bay. Very, very important. Make sure your fish are seasoned. And this is to your taste. So use whatever seasoning you like, but we like to use Old Bay. I'll take the fish nuggets, batter them up, roll them around, and drop them in the grease. And just like when you're frying any fish, when it starts to float to the top and it turns a nice golden brown, that's when you want to take it out and put it on some paper towels so it can soak up the excess grease. And you got some nice looking catfish nuggets right there. So what we like to do whenever we do some nuggets like this, we like to do fish tacos. And I'm using some 1 net carb tortillas. The coleslaw mix is just for the cabbage. It's already chopped up, and whatever kind of sauce you like. I like to use Southwest Chipotle, but the store was out, so we got some Asian bang sauce. And don't forget your lime juice.
Yep. How's it taste, babe? Good. What's the best part about it?
Best part about it?
Mm-hmm.
We did it together.
Oh, so sweet.